don't have to be what you think you need to be successful in this business. You just have to learn to get out of your own way. Okay? I loved what somebody said earlier. I can't remember who it was. Maybe it was Sam. By the way, give a round of applause here for Sam, the gentleman that spoke this morning. One thing that I always do is I try to figure out wherever I'm at who I can learn from, and then I just follow them around for like a couple of, hours or so. Now, Sam, was I not following you around last night? Now, Sam thought he was going to learn something from me, but I was too busy trying to learn something from him. Right? Because sometimes when you just hear people talk and you just watch what they do, then you can learn how to be successful like they are instead of listening to what I say. Did somebody just turn my dang volume up, or am I hearing voices?
I turned you up.
Oh, okay. Maybe you can turn me back down a little bit because I'm intimidating myself now. So a lot of people ask me, what is our secret? Okay, what is our secret? And I talked about that a little bit last night, but I want to give you guys 5 principles today to success in network marketing. Okay, and we're going to go through this hopefully with enough time to get through it all. We're going to talk about mastering the mundane. We're going to talk about expanding your list. We're going to talk about using third-party tools. We're going to talk about inviting people to actually enroll. You ever talk to somebody or seen somebody talk to somebody in a meeting or something like that, and they say, man, wasn't that a phenomenal presentation? Just the product, it's changing lives, it's changed my life. Pretty awesome stuff, huh? Mm-hmm. Pretty cool, right? Mm-hmm. Awesome. Yeah, I like it too. Yeah, no, it's pretty cool. No, yeah, I mean, he was good. No, what a great presentation. That demo, wow, fantastic. You know what the person's at? They're waiting for you to do? Buy the machine. They're waiting for you to give them an opportunity to make a powerful decision. Although this is not a sales job, I learned this through going through some sales training. I learned the concept that if I have a good product or a good service, I have the moral obligation to ask somebody to get started. And if I don't ask them to get started, I'm actually doing them a disservice. Right. I want you to really understand that and allow that to add some conviction to yours. That if you are not asking somebody to buy, yes, asking for them to pull out their credit card in order, yes, asking them to spend $5,000, I have no problem asking somebody to spend $5,000. Now, absolutely, I believe that some people can have some sticker shock. But I also believe that with the value add that a machine like this is going to give you, with the opportunity that's going to give you to change your life, the opportunity it's going to give you to build a legacy for your family, guys, the list can go on and on and on. We should be charging $500,000 for this. Right? You're getting it at a bargain for $5,000. And it's all about perceived value. Okay? So we'll talk a little bit about that a little bit more. And then plugging people into events, okay? So let's talk about mastering the mundane here for a second. A lot of people they become training junkies, okay? And I can use that word because I actually come from that world, right? They become training junkies. They go from one training to the next, to the next, to the next, to the next. And then all of a sudden, they've got so much information in their head that they do what? Nothing. Do you remember when you first got started in the business? I mean, I'm talking about the first week. You had what's up, Tom? You had no information. You had no knowledge about the CEO or the science of the filters or the way that the pH, modified the genomes inside of your body and it altered your DNA and just, the way the compensation broke down when you mastered and got 2 golden triangles on 2 more golden triangles. And oh my gosh, I'm telling you, you're going to be rich. You just have to really understand how to get to 6A2-2. Let me tell you something. They called me and said, Dave, you're not going to believe it. You hit 6A2-2 faster than anybody in the history of the company. I said, what the hell is I had no idea. Why? Because I get good at mastering the mundane. Okay? I'm not telling you to be dumb. I'm just telling you that you have to keep it simple, silly. We get so much information. We go to so many trainings. We just want the next hottest, newest strategy. You know, I mean, I know you guys are waiting here ready. You're waiting for the skies to part and me to deliver that secret internet strategy that's going to just make you rich overnight. I mean, honestly, if I would have brought a seed, and I want you to be honest with yourself, if I would have brought a seed and said, this seed is all you have to do is go and plant it in your backyard, let it grow for 90 days, and you will be rich. How many people would consider buying it?
Everybody.
Get your dang hands up!
Yeah.
Bunch of liars in this room. Because let me tell you something. If Joe Reed came to me and he said, Dave, I know I've been in Enagic for 10 years. I know I've made a lot of money. And I've seen you come from where you are to where you were to where you are. But listen, man, I'm jumping ship. I found a company, and it's this seed. And it's all you got to do is plant it, man. You don't got to talk to nobody. You don't got to do no work. You just plant the seed, and just money grows. I would say, Joe, you crazy son of a gun. I want to see this plant. Because there's a part of us that, you know, there's a part of us that wants the easy road. Right? I mean, and that's okay. That's human nature. But then as we're in the business and we learn more, we make it complicated. And actually what we do is we get in the way of our own success. And then when we realize, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed, then we work really hard trying not to work. Right? Mm-hmm. So we go to 1 million trainings and get on 1 million webinars, and by God, that motivational call in the morning, I'm on it. I'm pumped up. I'm ready for the day. I'm waiting for the call. It's 10 minutes before the motivational call. Boom. Honey, I can't talk right now. Call's coming up. Talk to me in an hour. Now I had 10 minutes. I could have made a call. I could have connected with somebody. Right? So, mastering the mundane is really about what are the simple steps that I need to take to get out of my own way every day and let the business work itself. Sure, I've got to work it, but I don't have to reinvent the wheel. Okay? Man. Okay, gotcha. Awesome. Thank God I have people here helping me not look bad. Here's the second thing I want to talk to you about. Yes, it's about initially when you get in the business, making your list. But here's what I also want to invite you to do is constantly be expanding your list. Now, I want to give you a tool that's made a huge difference in my life as a marketer. Because are you not in network what? Hold on a second now. Marketing means that that is how I generate new prospects. That's how I generate business, right? The problem is though the common education system doesn't teach us how to become marketers. So I've even had marketers with marketing degrees come to me trying to get jobs, and I ask them simple questions about, hey, do you know what an autoresponder is? And they're like, no. And I'm like, get the heck out of my office. What'd you just pay $60,000 and go to school for 4 years trying to figure out? I mean, there's software tools, ladies and gentlemen, nowadays that will help you build a colorful profile. Canva.com. Go play around with it. It's a free tool, right? Canva.com. You can make beautiful images for free. Nowadays, you can become a graphic design artist for $0. You don't even have to go sit in class. You just go play around with it for a little bit. It's like a dadgum, it's like a little video game. Okay, but when we come in, what we do is we make our list. And we write it down on a notepad. Okay? And then we go through it. Typically, we prejudge people as we make the list. We say, no, he wouldn't go in. No, he won't listen to me. She won't. I'm not going to call her. She ain't going to be home today. Right? Right? Do we not do that? Yes or no? Right? We all know. We've all done that. We all know people that do that. But then we put that list away and we don't ever bring it out again. What I want to invite you to do is be always expanding your list and also step into 2016. How many of you have one of these Rolodexes sitting on your desk at home? Raise your hand if you have a Rolodex sitting on your desk at home. Get your hands up, people, if you've got a roll. Come on now. There's some people that's like, no, I know he's about to make some joke about it. I'm not going to raise my hand. My man's back there like, I got one of those things. I'm loud and proud. Somebody said something earlier about actually taking names, and was that you, Rick? Let's give a round of applause for Rick and his presentation. That was so funny and so good. I really enjoyed listening to you. But there's something called an autoresponder. You ever heard of like Constant Contact or AWeber or anything like that? You ever been on a mailing list, ladies, for like, Macy's or what's your favorite? Give me something. Macy's. Where else do you shop that they send you email? Should I just thought I killed somebody? What else? Okay, did they send you emails? Okay, and then you're on your computer and before you know covers, right? Where did that sale originate from? Your email inbox. So if you aren't constantly adding people to your database, you don't have a business. Do you understand that? You have a warm market. How do you grow beyond your warm market? When you're talking to somebody and you're asking them if they're open, you should take them and say, would it be, what was your line, Rick? Would it be okay to send you some information?
Can I get your permission to send you some information?
Set yourself up an autoresponder and begin adding people to that list manually. Before you know it, you'll have 100 people on it every single day or week. You can sit down and write out a promotion or send them some value. What Todd Leah just talked about. Send them some value, right? Educate them. And then at the very bottom, maybe in a PS line, say, hey, take a look at this. And send them to a video. Now, think about that compared to individually emailing or calling 100 people every single day. That nobody can do that. There's software and technology. People wonder how I'm able to be successful so fast. Well, it's because, number one, I've mastered the mundane, but number two, I've got a list of 50,000 people that I've built over the last 7 years. And that was 100,000, but we said, let's take everybody off the list who hasn't opened an email in the last 6 months. So I don't even want to talk to those people anymore. So 50,000 people at the drop of a dime, I can write an email and send it out to them. How many people do you think I might could get into any business that I want to build just like that?
Yeah.
I mean, guys, I want you to think about something. I could not stop the money flowing and the commissions coming if I tried. I want you to think about that for a second. What would your business be like if you could say that? Now, I can't fix your car or cook your dinner. But over the last 7 years, because I've made some good decisions, and I've done some of the stuff I'm talking about, if you begin to add your list using a $10 a month tool, imagine what you could have in a couple of years. A list of 5,000, 10,000. You think you could put some more people in the business with that? So think about that. Constant contact, eye contact. Begin building your list, but do it in a way that leverages technology. Okay? Man, I need like another 5 hours. The next thing I want to talk about is using third-party tools. Why do we want to use third-party tools? What, did you guys die? Why do we want to use third-party tools? Validation. What else? Okay, leverage. Yeah.
Duplication.
Well, who was listening when Rick was talking about you could get my family to join, but I couldn't get my family to join? Anybody hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. So one of the ways that myself and much of my team has been able to be so successful is that we take powerful sales and marketing tools that either we do because we're really good at creating those marketing pieces, or we hire somebody to do, and we let that tool do the selling and the telling for us. Now, Rick was talking about puking on people, right? Remember him? This young lady over here is like, did Rick actually puke on somebody? Is that when we get into business, right? And then all of a sudden we learn a little bit of information. Now what do? We want to go out and just, we want to educate the world. We're so fired up. I got so much to say. But we don't realize that less, write this down, less is
More.
Less is more. So whether it's a DVD that you're handing out, or a video on a website that you're sending people to, as soon as you find out somebody who's interested, you've got to shut it down. Stop. And let the tool work for you. Okay? And I'm going to give you a strategy to do that you can use right away. Okay? And this is a formula that I use over and over again to actually enroll people into a business. Right? Enroll people into this business for the last 6 months. Every single day, this is what we're doing. We're not deviating from it, this exact process. And here's the cool thing, like somebody said before me. The process online or offline is the very same thing. We're finding out if somebody is interested, if they're open. If somebody comes to my website and they put their name in, do you think that they're open? Yeah. That's how I know they're open. If I say, hey, brother, are you open to a side project that wouldn't interfere with what you're currently doing, and you say yes, do you think he's open?
Yes.
He's open. Now, if I say, hey, are you interested in getting more healthy and more wealthy? And my man says, hell no, is he open? No. So I got to move on to the next one. You interested in getting healthy and wealthy? My man's open. Now, here's what not to do. Oh, let me tell you all about this product. Oh, the sign. Oh, no. That's what not to do. Right? But here's what to do. Hey, my man, listen. You're open. I've got something I want you to watch. Okay? It's powerful because, listen, I don't want to mess it up. So I'm going to give you this DVD. Will you watch it by 4 o'clock tomorrow, and I'll come back and I'll pick it up? Can you guarantee me that you'll watch it? Because I got other people who are interested in seeing this, so I want to make sure that you'll actually commit to watching it. 3 o'clock, I can't make it there till 4. See how he tried to take control of the conversation right there. No, 4 o'clock, right? 4 o'clock, I'll be back over. I'm going to pick it up. Enjoy. Boom. Now, all of a sudden, I've got a tool in his hand. If you want to be really wealthy in network marketing, you've got to learn how to use tools. And I don't care if it's a video online or an offline. You have got to learn how to use tools. It creates third-party validation that you don't have, even if I'm talking to a stranger. There's just something about him seeing it on a dang commercial or hearing it on radio or having Rick come up and tell him. There's something about it that's more powerful. You've got to get that in your head if you want to win in this business. Okay? So here's the exact process. We see if somebody is actually looking. Okay? And if they're looking, if they're open to either looking or supporting, I added to, because I might go up to somebody and say, hey, I really value your opinion, man. I just started a side project. Would you mind taking a look at it and giving me your feedback? Now all of a sudden I've taken all of the resistance away because I'm not asking them to join. I just said, hey, are you open to giving me some feedback on this bad boy? Because I want to make sure, I want to do it big. And I want to make sure I value your opinion. So if they're open, looking, or supporting, right? If I go up to a nice young lady who's married, very happily, by the way, got a wonderful 6-month-old little ginger redhead fireball baby that was just born about 6 months ago. If I went up to my wife, she might have a different version, but I said, honey, and I didn't even know her, honey, let's go to bed. She's looking at me crazy right now, just like my wife would have. What if I said, hey, what's your name? Okay, Beverly. Now I got her name. Beverly. Hey, Beverly, you want to get coffee later? She said no. I didn't want to. I've had too much today anyway. So it's like a dating game, right? Why are you in such a rush to get rich? It's going to be there. and you're going to be chasing something that's not real. You got to be in it for the marathon. You're going to have some patience in this business. So once I find out that somebody's in it, that they're looking to be supportive or that they're open to taking a look, I'm going to use that third-party tool. And here's the most important thing that I demonstrated with my man, Collie. Man, it's like a family around here. Collie. Guess what? The most important thing that I did when I did that gave him that tool. What was the most important thing that I did? Yeah. Well, control, but the most important thing, even if he would have bulldozed me, the most important thing was that I'm going to set that follow-up appointment to follow up with him and get the tool back. Because what's the number one challenge that most network marketers have? The follow-up. It's awkward. It's like, hey, yeah, Dave, I'll call you back. Do they ever call?
No.
Come on now. Of course they don't call. So I'm gonna anchor that follow-up. So now all of a sudden it's not awkward, it's not weird when I call them back or I show up at their house. Now, if I showed up unannounced, would that be weird? I was like, hey, Congan man here. They'd be like, they'd be looking through the windows like a crackhead, like, oh damn. Okay? So if I got the appointment, it's scheduled, it's followed up, or the follow-up is scheduled. It's going to be natural. Now all of a sudden I have a foot in the door. They're going to let me in. Okay? And then it's a very, very simple process at that point. I'm going to very simply ask them, hey, what did you like best about what you saw? Here's the goal. Could you see yourself doing something like this? Now, if I ask the person just to support my business, but then all of a sudden I said to them, could you see yourself doing this? And they said, yes, I could see myself doing it. Most people, now here's the deal. This is another problem that we have. When we find out somebody's interested, what do? We keep talking. It's like, oh man, he's interested. You are not going to believe how this one guy one time, I mean, he had, his whole body had cancer. It was unbelievable. Even his toes had cancer. He took one sip, he was cured. It was unbelievable. There was this other guy, he was blind. He drank a half a gallon. He could see again. It was unbelievable. There was this one guy, he got started, he was homeless. A week later, he's getting $1 million check. It's unbelievable. You're not going to believe this business. It's the best thing that's ever hit this world. Everybody should be in it. I mean, Jesus himself should be in this business. It's blessed. It is unbelievable. But the person just told you that they were ready to sign up. The only thing that you needed to say was, well, it sounds like you're ready to get started. I mean, I'm talking about turning off this thing, right? Is it not a bad neighborhood up here sometimes? I tell you something, if I was to tell you some of the thoughts that went through this head, sometimes y'all wouldn't let me speak. But I don't always have to trust this thing, right? Sometimes it's not my best friend, and that's okay. Get out of your ego's way. Not only are you easing God out, you're also easing green out. So here's the next thing that we do. Man, Norman, is that my... All right, I got a little bit of time left. I thought that was like my buzzer or something. Maybe
no.
It's like Jesus actually calling saying he was ready to get started. I don't know. So here's the next thing. Okay, we've got him to a place to where... Oh man, I'm falling apart. We've got him to a place to where he's open, he's supportive, he's ready to get started. You are going to love this business. I am so happy to welcome you to the team. I'll see you later. Or I'll talk to you next week, click. Help them enroll. Here's the golden question. You can use either one of these two. How would you like your name printed on your check? Or are you going to be using American Express, Discover, Visa, or MasterCard? I'm not going to go into the whole... Listen, oftentimes you don't know what the person is thinking because you just don't ask them what's going on in their head. So a lot of times we think that we know what they're thinking. We think that we have to give them all of this information instead of just asking them. If I have somebody who's, kind of on the, they're a little shaky, or they're acting like they don't want to get started. Hey, is there anything stopping you from getting started today? Or, what's stopping you from getting started today? Then I can pinpoint the exact thing. I'm not going to offer financing personally to somebody until I find out that they ain't got the money to actually afford it. Guys, not everybody's broke. Stop projecting your situation onto everybody else. Not everybody's bank account looks like yours. Think about that for a second. Maybe James is right. Maybe I'm the one who's getting in the way of my own success. So, sounds like you're ready to get started, Joe. Joe, you gonna put that on a Visa, a MasterCard, American Express, or Discover? That's my boy. Give him a round of applause.
Yeah.
All right. Last but not least, we plug people into events. We plug people into a team. And we plug them into personal development. Why?
Training.
It's on there. Just read.
When you get brainwashed.
Because they need to be brainwashed. I mean, my God. With all of this crap on TV, constant negative news, Donald Trump, Hillary Clinton, oh my gosh. I mean, you sit down for 5 minutes in front of the TV and you need to go take a shower.
Sweat.
I mean, come on! These people need to be thoroughly decontaminated. So plug them in. Plug them into the system. Get them to the events. If you don't understand the power of events yet, go ask Joe Reed. Go ask Brian Welch. Go ask any of these ladies back here. My main girl back there, the Wada Sika. Right? And here's another idea for you. When you come to events, instead of looking at what you can take, try to figure out what you can give. Instead of always worrying about who's going to do for you, figure out what you can do for them. What you can do for the event. Does the chairs need to be picked up? Does the water jugs need to be filled up? People are going to be attracted to somebody who's got something going on in their life. Always be busy. Stop always being so available for everybody. Maybe this might help you in your love life a little bit too, but I'm not Phil. Maybe the reason why we have so much dysfunction is because we're always showing up for everybody's problems. So when you get to the event, focus on the people who are doing something. Watch them, follow them, do what they do. Brian Welch is a 6'2", and I have not seen that man do anything this weekend except edify others. Do you notice that? He doesn't even get a round of applause. Let's stand up and give this man a round of applause. All right, now sit down quickly because I'm almost out of time.
Okay.
Do you guys believe that you can do this thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
You really?
Yeah, we can.
What is standing in your way?
Nothing.
That's right, you.
Ourselves.
It's not my fault. It's not the company's fault. Man, the company's been here for 40, Think about this for a second. The company's been here longer than I've been alive. If somebody is succeeding in making money in this business and you are not, it is not the company, the product, the compensation plan. It is something that you are doing or not doing.
Right.
Okay?
Good.
Absolutely. Your word
So
does not.
and this will help you in every area of your life. Learn to take personal responsibility for your success. Learn to take personal responsibility for your marriage. Learn to take personal responsibility for your spirituality. Learn to take personal responsibility for your finances.
Yes.
Nobody's going to do it for you.
Yeah.
No president, no governor, no senator, no House of Representatives.
Yeah.
Preach
You
it.
can spend all time growling and yelling and screaming and on this great mission, but at the end of the day,
Oh, you
you're
stop it.
not doing something
Oh,
to
you
move your
stop
life
it. Oh, you
forward.
stop it.
Nobody else.
Finish up the
Okay.
And guess what? Not even your upline, because it's not their responsibility either.
Right.
Your upline should be working with the people who are actually working the business.
Yes.
Yes.
So if
Yes.
somebody comes to me wanting help, I'm asking them, what have you done? What's your rank? And I can immediately tell how much they've been doing in this business. Because even a dog with a note in their mouth can go around and put a couple of people in this business. So guys, I have a special surprise for you. My question is, when we talk about tools, and we just released this, I just went to Vegas with our team. We had about 300 or 400 people at that event. We had a lot of people at that national conference. That was a great convention. I really had a great time just learning about the company. That was my first convention. We actually brought a professional film crew out to that event. We rented a huge mansion. We spent months scripting out a video, and we filmed what we believe is the best sales video to explain this company and this product and this compensation plan that I have ever seen before. So my question to you guys is, how would you like me to do the selling and telling actually for you and explaining of this business? Raise your hand and say, aye. So, what we've done is we've got an event special. We've got this little thing right here. We've got some flyers. The website is Alkaline Tools. We've also got these little water bags, which Rick has got some wonderful jugs as well. Let's give a round of applause for him and his health success there. Right? And Paul as well. Guys, these are people who are going out of their way to create systems and tools and structures so you can be more successful with your business. If you see them in the hallway, thank them.
Yes.
Thank them.
All right.
I'm going to speak.
Because you get back what you put out into the world. If you want people to acknowledge you, come hey, nice dress, hey, nice hair. Hey, you look good. Hey, I love what you said. Start saying that to other people.
Yes.
Lose the attitude of entitlement. So thank you, brother. Thank you, brother, for doing what you do. Okay? Thank you, Brian, for doing what you do. Thank you, Joe Reed, for being a great role model. Okay? Thank you, Norman, for hosting this event and your beautiful wife. Thank you for hosting this event that we could all come to and be together. People are in the background doing work for us to come up and put our butts in these seats and fart all in them all day. So we've got these DVDs that we made, okay? We've got DVDs that we made. We've also got some water bags. Because here's what I want to stop seeing some of you guys do. I know my time's up. I'm going to only be about 5 more hours.
Keep going, man.
5 seconds. We can see a preview, as a matter